I believe that I thank God for every day I can get up and preach. I got a lot of inspiration from the rock bands of the 70s, the way they got accused of preaching messages to Satan, hidden messages to Satan in their music. I do the same thing for God. I call it reverse subliminal. I call it subliminalism in reverse.
Anything you want to say about people who are inspired? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Street Beats. Coming up on tonight, we have bluegrass flavour in the form of Joel and Timothy. We have Kevin and Dale from the Initiatives. But firstly, will you please welcome a man who practices what he preaches through vinyl screeches. Can you please give it up for the man, the myth, the legend that is Reverend David Hitter, aka DJ Divinity.
Woo, yeah!
Hello, brothers and sisters. Bless you all. Thank you, Sammy.
Reverend. Do you like to seek Reverend?
I sure do, Sammy. Thank you. I sure will.
Now, Reverend, I believe that you are a preacher and a DJ. Tell me, how does that work?
Well, as well as enjoying the music, I feel it's important to get the music out to people that might not otherwise have attended my sermons. So I do this through music and through hidden messages to God. Subliminalism in reverse, I like to call it.
And do you preach the Word of God through your church?
Yes, I do, Sammy. I feel it's important to preach the Word of God any way you can, and to live the Word of God any way you can.
And how did you get started on decks, Reverend?
Well, I got started on the deck shortly after leaving jail, Sammy. I worked for a while as a roadie for a local DJ, you know, carrying equipment here and there for him and all over the place. And I done that for a while. And the longer that you do that, you know, you pick up tricks here and there. So I became a DJ myself. And at this point, I'd like to say, big up to Club Angelica, my first residency.
And anything you want to say about the people who have inspired you, Paul, Reverend?
Oh yes, I'd like to say a big up to my old cellmate, my old jailmate Baz, the man who saved my soul, set me on the path to God. I'd also like to say big up to God, the man with a plan, the DJ who remixes everything.
So let's just come back down to earth for a minute, Reverend. On a more personal note, when did you turn to drugs?
Well, Sammy, I always would have been a bit rebellious. I always rebelled against authority. Hell, if I was told not to do it, I did it. If I was told I couldn't have it, I stole it. If I was told not to act a certain way, I acted that way. And, you know, the area where I grew up in, it wasn't a good area. There's plenty of like-minded people like myself. So I was always attracted to lifestyle of drink and drugs and everything that entails.
And what was family life like?
Well, family life, Sammy, is, I would say it's what most people would have called abnormal. I didn't know my daddy. According to my mom, my dad got up one day out of his chair and just walked right on out of there and never came back. I think this affected my mama in a bad way. I think it scarred her. It left her more controlling, left her more obsessional. I think she was worried that someday I was going to do the same. So she started controlling me. The more she controlled, I rebelled. Then she controlled everything about me. So I rebelled against everything. And I'd like to say I don't blame my mama for that. I forgive forgive her. She's a good soul.
And this is an obvious question, Evan, but did you agree with the rave and drug culture during the early 90s?
Agree with it? Hell, I lived it. 24/7 party person. If I could smoke it, I smoked it. If I could drink it, I drank it. If I could take it, I swallowed it. Hell, if I could inject it, I injected it.
And at what point did you decide to listen to God?
Well, you know, it's hard to know exactly at what point that was, but